My name is Liana, and this is my story. I live in a small town called Willow Shore, not too far from Lakewood City. It's a quiet place with peaceful streets, little coffee shops, and the soft sound of waves always nearby. I'm 29 years old, and I work as a receptionist at a small beachside inn. Life was simple. Some would say boring, but I liked it. I had a few close friends, a small, cozy apartment, and a routine that made me feel safe. I was not looking for love. Not after the past hurt I had gone through. But love. Love has its own plans. That's when Adrian walked into my life. He was a guest at the hotel, in town for a work trip. There was something different about him. He had kind eyes, a gentle smile, and a calm way of speaking. When he asked for a room, I helped him check in. He said, "Thank you," in a way that felt personal. He looked at me like I mattered. I smiled back without even trying. The next morning, he came down and asked for places to visit. I told him where to get the best coffee, the quietest beach, and where the locals ate seafood. He listened, really listened, and I noticed that. Not many people do. From that day, we started talking more. He stayed for 2 weeks. Every evening, he would come to the lobby, and we'd talk. Sometimes we walked along the beach. Other times, we sat on the old wooden bench near the lighthouse. We spoke about everything: life, dreams, music, and books. He told me about the stress of his city job. I told him about the slow life here. With him, I felt seen, safe. One night, while we walked by the sea, he stopped. The stars were bright above us, the breeze soft. He said, "Being with you feels like peace." Those words, they stayed in my heart. That night, I think I started to fall for him. When his 2 weeks ended, Adrian left Willow Shore. But he didn't leave me. He messaged me every day. We talked on the phone every night. We laughed, shared stories, and missed each other more than we thought. A month later, he came back. This time, he didn't stay at the hotel. He rented a little house near the harbor and asked me to visit. We made dinner together, listened to music, danced in the kitchen. It felt like we had always been together. I felt lucky. But then, something changed. One evening, we were drinking tea on the couch. He looked serious. He took a breath and said, "Liana, I need to tell you something." My heart started beating faster. "I'm married," he said, looking at the floor. "I have 2 children." My whole body froze. I couldn't speak. I just looked away. "I didn't plan to meet you," he said. "My marriage, it's not love anymore. I stay for the kids." He sounded sad, but I was confused. Why didn't he tell me before? Why me? I walked out. The night was cold. The waves crashed in the dark. He followed me and said, "I understand if you don't want to see me again." I didn't reply. I just walked away. That night, I couldn't sleep. I wanted to be angry, but I missed him. I missed the way he made me feel. The next day, he messaged me, "I'm sorry, but I miss you." I didn't reply. I couldn't. Days passed. I felt lost. My heart and mind were at war. I wanted to forget him, but I couldn't. A week later, we met near the beach. I told him how hurt I felt. He listened, didn't defend himself. He just said, "I care about you." And I stayed. I know many will say it was wrong, that I became the other woman. But I believed him. He came once or twice a month, stayed in that little house. We ate together, talked, watched old movies, sat in silence. But it was all in secret. No photos, no public dates, no real future. Still, in those small moments, he made me feel special. He brought the books I mentioned, helped me cook, listened. But deep inside, I knew I was not his first choice. I was just a secret. And yet I didn't leave. Why? Because I loved how he made me feel. Because I was scared of being alone. But slowly, I started changing. I didn't laugh like before, didn't meet friends, just waited for him. My world became small. Just him. And silence. Sometimes I stood by the sea and asked, "Is this love? Or am I just lost?" Still, I stayed, waiting. Some weekends he came, but he never left anything behind. No shirt, no photo, no proof he was ever there. He had 2 lives, and in one of them, I didn't exist. One night, I looked at the rain outside my window and asked, "What am I doing with my life?" I wanted a real home, a family, a man who would choose me proudly. I needed more. I deserved more. I told my best friend, Nia. She was the only one who knew. "You should be someone's daylight, not someone's dark corner," she said. Her words stayed with me. One day, Adrian visited again, brought flowers, acted normal. But I said, "I don't know if I can do this anymore." He looked surprised. "Why now?" "Because I'm living in your shadow," I said. "I wait, but I want more." He was silent, then said, "I love you." "Then choose me," I asked. He looked away. "It's not that easy. I have a family." "And what am I?" I whispered. "Just a secret?" He didn't answer. That night, I cried again. Not because he was cruel, but because I finally saw the truth. He would never choose me. After he left, I didn't call, didn't message. I needed time. I walked by the beach each morning, let the wind touch my face, listened to the waves. Slowly, I remembered the old me, the girl who loved books, coffee with friends, evening walks. I started writing again, just thoughts and dreams. It helped, made me stronger. Adrian kept texting, "I miss you. Can I see you?" But I didn't reply. Not yet. Then one day, he showed up. I let him in. We talked. I told him everything. "I love you," I said, "but I want a real life." He looked sad. "I can't leave them," he said. I nodded. "I understand, but this is goodbye." He hugged me. "I'm sorry," he whispered. And then he left. That night I cried, but it felt different, like a deep breath after holding it too long. The next morning, I walked to the sea. The sky was clear. The wind was soft. And for the first time in months, I felt calm. Months later, the pain slowly faded. I missed him, yes, but I missed myself more. I spent time with friends, drank coffee with Nia, read books, watched sunsets, took a writing class, smiled again. One evening, I met a man at a bookstore. His name was Evan. We talked, laughed, walked. He never rushed me, never judged me. He just listened. One night, I told him my past. "I was the other woman," I said. "I waited for a man who wasn't mine." He looked at me and said, "You're brave, and you deserve better." Weeks passed. We spent more time together. He didn't try to fix me. He just stood beside me. And slowly, I found myself again. Not the sad girl, but the real Liana. One day, I asked him, "Do you ever want a family?" "Yes," he smiled, "with the right person." And I smiled too, because now I knew love shouldn't hide. Love should stand tall. Looking back, I don't regret my past. It taught me what real love is and what it's not. And most of all, it brought me back to me.